neighbor, I'm Hannah McGee. This week, our own Isabella Riley speaks with a local photographer who has been photographing the New River. Then I speak with members of the Asian Student Association about their foundation and presence on campus. Plus, Apto's a Home student co-director, Mackenzie Millett, joins us in studio to talk about bringing families together in the high country through home construction. Join us as we say, hi neighbor.
Hi neighbor, my name is Isabella Riley and today I have the pleasure of Zoom interviewing Jesse Barber, who is a photographer who just released the Confluence project. How are you today, Jesse?
Doing well, enjoying this rainy day.
Awesome, so let's hop right into it. Can you tell us about your project Confluence?
So yeah, I had to do like a photo assignment for a photo class last semester, and the idea for it came to me after experiencing the pandemic during the summer at my mother's house. I spent a lot of time in the backyard working on clearing brush, and so I was getting acquainted with all of the plants that were in my yard, and so I did a lot of photography in the yard there, and so I wanted to continue exploring the natural relationship that humans have with the environment. So.
Yeah, so I know you said you spent a lot of time in your mom's backyard. Where were you located at the time?
In Caldwell County, Sawmills, which is just 45 minutes down the mountain. Got kicked out of my dorm last spring, I guess. Yeah, so.
So can you talk to our viewers about what this project means to you? I know you probably put a lot of hard work into it.
Yeah, it was an incredible experience just to meander along the banks of the river for weeks and try to meet people who lived out in the area that I was located, which was Creston, which is up north from here a little bit in North Carolina. But yeah, it came out being different than what I expected, but I liked what the project kind of took its own kind of life and just kind of drove me because at the beginning I thought I knew what I was doing, and then by the end of it I was like, I really don't. It's like I became less clear of what was going on.
So when did you first get started into photography? Was this like what really brought you into that world, or were you interested beforehand?
I started photography in 2012. I took my first digital photo class at the community college, Caldwell Community College. And that's where I learned the basics of camera usage. And then I've just never stopped doing it from there. And for a while I did landscape, like outdoor adventure photography kind of stuff. And then I started to point my camera at my family and exploring like familial relationships and Appalachian identity and through the photographic medium. So trying to like have poetic observations on the human experience, really.
That's beautiful. So what is your favorite photo of the entire project, or just one photo you're really proud of?
Well, this photo that's in my background right here is actually of the New River, of one of the spots that I was driving. And that was the most wonderful thing was, as you can see up here at the top, there's like the sun is setting, but just driving this beautiful landscape, just driving along this river, having really no point of destination of where I was going to end or where I was going to turn around to go back home. I was just driving till I ran out of daylight. I would say some of my proudest images were the ones that I made of some of the people I met in Creston. Just striking up conversations with strangers and meeting people who are like mowing their grass in their yard or whatever, and asking strangers to make their photograph. I know it's like really strange, and it's a lot to ask for strangers. But yeah, I just had some really nice interactions with people, and those are the ones I'm most proud of.
Definitely. Do you have any future projects in the work that you can share with our viewers, or is everything kept secret?
um, he, I'm always doing a lot of photos on my family all the time. There's always something to photograph there. And I'm doing another photo project this semester on a story of my uncle who just recently passed from COVID. And so I'm photographing like the effects of like what remains after his death and how people interact with the pieces that he left behind, like his shirts or his, his truck or whatever. So that's the project that I'm working on currently. That's taking up most of my photo attention.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I'm so sorry for your loss. I can't imagine what you and your family are going through.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride, that's for sure.
Well, anything else you would like to tell our viewers about the project or about your photography in general?
I am thankful for whoever, interacts with the projects, and have people, if you have your own thoughts or opinions, I'm more than happy to hear about them. I know that I really don't like to have a lot of words with my photos to like make you come to my conclusions. So I'm happy to hear other people's own journey or experience with the work. And so I'm thankful for whoever spends the time to take a gander or look at the work or whatever. So I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to meet with us and give us a wonderful interview that was beautiful and enlightening. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Until next time, bye, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor! Today I sat down with members of the exec board of the Asian Student Association to talk about their presence on campus and different events they have throughout the year. Thank you so much, Ruby, for meeting with me today. I really appreciate it. If you could just introduce yourself and then tell us what your role is on the exec board.
Sure. So, hi, my name is Ruby George. I use she, her, hers pronouns. I'm a senior at App State, and I'm the president of the Asian Students Association.
Awesome. Thank you so much for meeting me today. If you will just introduce yourself and then just tell us what your role is on the exec board.
My name is Geethma Pathiratna. I'm the finance chair. I'm a junior and a computer science major and math minor.
So what kind of events and presentations have y'all held over the I guess the past 4 years since you've been here?
Yeah, so ASA has two main events during the year. In the fall, we do our charity gala, which is a really fun community event where we raise money for a specific charity. This year, we raised it for Quran. They were a refugee, like they're an organization that helps refugees in North Carolina. In the past, we've raised money for the Flint water crisis, for hurricane victims on the coast. So yes, that's what we do in the fall. And then in the spring we have Asian Fest, which is like our big cultural event. And so in Asian Fest, we usually do like a fashion show. We have different Asian foods, performances, dancing, a keynote speaker.
And then for the rest of the week, we will be promoting videos and photos from our members of them going abroad, information about holidays and cultural events and stuff like that.
It actually starts next Wednesday, and it runs from the 7th to the 14th. On Monday, the 12th, we're going to have a keynote speaker. His name is Kabir Akhtar, and he is a Emmy Award-winning director and editor. He's worked on shows like New Girl, Never Have I Ever on Netflix, Arrested Development. So yeah, he's really cool. We're really
That's
excited.
awesome.
So ASA is mainly a social club, and we create and promote community within the API students at App State, but we are open to everyone. Even one of our exec members is not of Asian descent. So when I say everyone, we mean everyone. And we're open to educating students about Asian cultures and engaging them.
And then how has being a part of this impacted your college experience?
So I actually did not join ASA until my sophomore year. I wasn't involved at all my freshman year, and I would say my college experience got way better after joining.
When I first got to App State as a freshman, my experience at App was very much that it was a PWI. And it wasn't until I joined ASA that changed. And once I joined that club, I found some of my closest friends, people who I'm like going to be friends with forever. And I really just found a community. And that's mainly why I wanted to be a part of the exec board, was to give back to that community, but also to help create that environment for other students, because I think it's so important to have people around you who can relate to and validate your experiences in general, but at a PWI.
So definitely has opened a lot of doors for me. Um, and the most important part has just been meeting lots of really cool people that I wouldn't have gotten to meet before. So
Yeah, that's awesome. How would someone go about getting involved?
They can just, come and join our meetings. We actually have exec board member or exec applications open currently. So if they really want to get involved and become a part of planning that community, planning events and engagement, they can definitely do that. And yeah, just come in contact with us, come hang out.
I would just encourage everyone to um, learn as much as they can about the Asian community and App. We're small, but we're here. And yeah, there's a lot that we can all learn from each other. And I would say, especially during this time of increased racism and hatred due to COVID related um, racism, all of that, use this opportunity and use this time to reach out to the Asian community and see what you can learn from your peers and from the people in Boone.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I hope you enjoyed. Bye, neighbor. App Builds a Home has been bringing families together through volunteer work. Their latest project is building a home for App State's own Sheila Potter and her family, which has been in the works since last fall and will be starting construction on April 19th. Here to talk about the project is Mackenzie Millett, student co-director of App Builds a Home. Mackenzie, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So for those of who don't know, what is App Builds a Home project and how do you all get started?
Yeah, so App Builds a Home is a university-wide partnership with Watauga County Habitat for Humanity. So what that means is that we raise half the funds for the home that we're building and provide the majority of the volunteers. We got our beginning in 2018, so Misty Mayfield, who's a professor of geography here at Appalachian, she had the idea that, you know what, App State can build habitat homes, they do it at other universities, so she brought the idea to the Habitat Board, and they were all for a university partnership. So she brought it to various departments and organizations on campus, and when there was enough interest to make the project go, she decided, let's do this, and here we are, planning for house number 3.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
How has your work with App Builds a Home impacted your own experience at App?
Honestly, it's transformed my experience at App. I've been able to connect with groups that I wouldn't have otherwise connected with. We've connected with Staff Senate, Campus Dining, alumni, various student organizations. So that's been really incredible. And it's just given me a sense of purpose and community, and to find a group of like-minded people who are so willing to donate their time to help others and to help build homes has been an incredible experience.
Yeah, so I know it's mainly volunteer-based, so how has COVID impacted how it would typically work?
Yeah, COVID has impacted us quite a bit. So our construction schedule is definitely been delayed due to COVID. So just an increase in home renovations everywhere. And then we haven't been able to have any sort of volunteers out at the build site this semester. So we're a little bit behind. Normally around this time, we would be finishing construction on the home that we're currently working on. Right now, we're scheduled to finish in August. And then we also haven't been able to have any in-person events. So this has impacted our fundraising and engaging with students, really. I think we all know that after sitting on Zoom all day, we often aren't ready to sit on another Zoom, even for a meeting or a good cause or a fundraising event. So I think we're all definitely really excited to have a normal fall semester.
Yeah. So App Builds a Home has reached 96% of its fundraising goal of $40,000 towards the cost of Sheila Potter's home. What is it like to see the community coming together like this to help a family?
In short, it's awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
And to be honest, when we had that $40,000 goal set last spring, right around this time, I was like, I don't know how we're going to do this in the midst of a pandemic, but here we go. And it's been incredible how the university and the greater Boone community really has come together to help us raise almost $40,000 of our for Sheila's house.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So if people want to get involved either with volunteer work or financially, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, so we're actually having our first in-person event and volunteer opportunity at the end of April. So the week of April 19th, we're holding Walls Up. So teams of 4 to 5 people are coming together on their designated day to build an interior wall for Sheila's house in the Peacock parking lot. So they can find more information about that at our website, which is appbuildsahome.appstate.edu. And we will be having summer and fall volunteer opportunities out at the build site, and those can also be found on our website. To donate, we have a donate link on our website that will bring you to PayPal, and donations can also be submitted through Venmo at Watauga Habitat.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. The Walls Up Build Week event is scheduled the week of April 19th for volunteers to participate in building walls for the home of App State staff member Sheila Potter. Join App Builds a Home in their future projects to bring families together in the High Country. Special thanks to Mackenzie Millett for sitting down with me today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. That's all for this week's episode. We hope you get involved in the High Country community this week. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at AppTV for more student-made content. See you next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Until then, bye, neighbor.